now for a special KBRF Radio Sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otters Hill Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. Now let's head out for the pregame.
And good evening, everyone, from the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium in Fergus Falls, girls high school basketball. We've got that for you tonight. The countdown to the postseason has begun, and tonight it's a Central Lakes Conference matchup between the Fergus Falls Otters and the Alexandria Cardinals. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on News Talk, AM 1250 KBRF, and live on YouTube on the Fergus Now app, I should say. I'm Bob Roars. Our on-site producer is Derek Sidian. I guess you can call this a revenge game of sorts. Alexandria defeating the Otter girls back in early December. 55-46 was the final that time. But lots of things can change over the course of a season, specifically how much a team can improve. And Fergus Falls, for the most part, has really grown as a team. Roles have been further defined. They're getting contributions from a number of players night in and night out. And the result, the Otters have now fought their way to 17-7 on the season overall. And they've actually found their way into the latest varsity strip poll as the Otters are now ranked number 10 in Class 3A. So somebody is taking notice out there. Fergus also 11-3 in the Central Lakes Conference, sitting in third place. Big moments of light for the Otters. The main one, senior forward Ruby Ellison, going over the 1,000-point mark in her outstanding career. We'll talk to Fergus Falls head coach Josh Steer about that in a moment. The Otters are going to need her tonight against Alexandria. The Cardinals are a Class 4A school, almost double the enrollment of Fergus Falls, and they play a 4A schedule for the most part. 18-6 overall for head coach Matt Helscher. They lead the Central Lakes Conference with a record of 12-1, and man, can they shoot. If you give them room on the perimeter, bring on the arc, it seems like they all have the green light to shoot it from out there. Let's hope the Otters can get out and guard on the outside tonight. When we come back on our pregame show, we'll visit with Fergus Falls head coach Josh Steer, get his thoughts on tonight's matchup with Alexandria. This is girls high school basketball on News Talk, AM 1250, KBRF.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Unsted Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Unsted Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Back on the pregame show, Coach Josh Steer joining us now. Hey, just 2 games left in the regular season. What are you liking about this group of girls right now? It gets to be a long year, but are they able to keep the focus and kind of get locked in here with tournament time around the corner?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to Coach Helscher with Alec, and I feel like you get to this point in the season, it's kind of the dog days of winter, and it's hard practices. You've been practicing for 3.5 months, and it's kind of a grind a little bit, so you got to find ways to kind of keep it fresh and keep them engaged, and you maybe throw them a little curveball by adding a little twist here and there to keep their mental focus a little bit. But these girls are working hard, and we're going to have to we still got to find some consistency, which is something we've kind of been searching for all season long, to try to play a complete 36-minute game. And we've taken some steps forward and we've taken some steps backwards, but we're kind of grinding our way there.
And you look ahead, you talk about the long season, but then you kind of get that glimmer of hope with tournament time, right? Yeah, and you get this weather too, right? Like all of a sudden you get a feel of spring, and Mother Nature will shut the door on that. But you get the days are getting longer. You leave practice and it's light outside. You get that, and then you realize that, all right, in two games in 1 week, everybody's going to be 0-0. Everybody's going to be hunting for that first win, and then the next win. And it's kind of that lose and go home kind of thing, or win in advance. So once we get that mentality, it'll be really interesting to see how the girls respond when it's kind of life or death on the line. Yep. Now you get Alexandria tonight. You face them very early in the season. Do you have much for takeaways other than their players a little bit? I think the teams are pretty similar actually in the way they maybe like to play in the makeup. Yeah, I think makeup wise, they like to defend. They like to push the tempo a little bit when they can, which comes off of getting some defensive stops. So, when you look at it, yeah, they look pretty darn good, and they've got a core group of kids that played last year, mixed in with a lot of youth. So there's that too, and that's pretty similar to us as well. But yeah, when you're looking at the first meeting that was back before Christmas break, that was a lifetime ago. 2 different teams. Yep. The teams have totally changed since then. But I think both teams right now are gearing up, and they know what it takes come playoff time. So getting games in like these at the end of the season is really important, because you're up against a really good opponent. What little video I was able to see of them from past games, it looks like a group of kids that, you give them a little bit of space on the outside, they're going to take advantage of. They're going to pop some threes. Yeah, it's a testament to them. They've spent a lot of time in the gym getting shots up, very confident in that. So when you look at their team, yeah, and they've got some what you would call a post player that can extend on there too with Hennessy on the outside, so she can knock down outside shots. I think I was watching film on one game where she knocked down 4 or 5 3-pointers in the first half. So you have to be able to defend them from every area around the rim all the way out to the arc, and if you give them space, they're not afraid to shoot it from a couple feet behind it. Roles established on your team, you pretty much settled into what you've got going, and you just look at the effort that Ruby Ellison, let's just go there for a moment too, just for a 1,000-point score, what she's been able to accomplish. And you think about all the different girls through 3-4 years that have had a hand in helping her get there, but what a player she's been for this program. Yeah, she's been an awesome scorer for us, and a really nice long defender and athletic on the defensive side too. So she's a pretty complete player, and she's really added to her game in the fact that she can get to the rim now. She's got a mid-range game too. And she's a pretty good outside shooter. So she's done a great job to develop herself as a scorer from all 3 levels as she's come into her senior year, and she's a really big piece for us offensively. If we're gonna really outscore people, she's got to get going for us early. So it's been great to see her do that. Biggest overall key for tonight coming in? Well, we got to take care of the basketball, and we got to out-rebound them. Those are 2 things we kind of have to. You got to win those categories every night if you want to be competitive. But really for us, we got to defend, and we've shown signs of defending pretty hard at times in games, but we haven't really defended a complete game yet. So the challenge tonight is going to be defending them in the half court and keeping value of the basketball so we don't give them anything in transition. All right, good luck tonight. Enjoy it. Awesome, thank you. That's Josh Steer, the head coach of the Otters. Looking forward to their game tonight with Alexandria. Otters down to their final 2 games of the regular season. And coming up, we'll have our keys to the game tonight against Alexandria, along with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups as our pregame show continues in a moment. Back with more. This is girls high school basketball. News Talk, AM 1250, KBRF.
The 2025 model year closeout sale continues at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have 2 remaining Buick Envistas that would definitely cheer up your winter blues. With these great deals, you can get into a new, sporty, reliable vehicle for just over $25,000. Buick, exceptional by design. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Bob Roy's back with you tonight at the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium. Fergus Falls Otter girls getting set to take on Alexandria. They met earlier in the season. Alexandria came away with a 9-point win in that one, but so early in the season, both teams have changed so much, kind of throw out the records. Looking forward to a good one tonight. Keys to the game tonight, first of all, for the Otters and what they're going to need to do to really stay with Alexandria tonight. Turnovers, always going to be a key. You've got to limit those, and you've got to be able to take care of the basketball. Rebounding was the key. Believe it or not, in that loss to Alexandria last time, Fergus Falls actually out-rebounded Alexandria by about 4. Tonight, even more important, you've got to be able to control the glass. Make sure Alexandria isn't getting out on any fast breaks tonight. And the big thing, I think, they've got to defend the arc. Alexandria has some shooters on the outside. They're not afraid from taking that jump shot from 25 feet away and try and cash in on some threes. So that's going to be a key. And you heard Josh Steer moments ago talk about just being able to play a complete game. Haven't been able to do that. Pretty inconsistent. They've been close, but they need a full 36 minutes tonight. Those are your keys to the game tonight, brought to you by the Viking Cafe. Standings around the area. This is what it looks like in the Central Lakes Conference as we take a peek at those. And right now in the Central Lakes in the conference, Alexandria leading things with a record of 12-1. Brainerd is 11-1. And then comes Fergus Falls, 11-3. Otters lost 1 in their streak. They're now ranked number 10 in the latest AAA poll. Then it's Wilmer at 9-5, Sartell and Detroit Lakes at 5-7, St. Cloud at 4-10. And then Mercouri at 1-12, Sauk Rapids Rice 0-12. And you look ahead to the overall standings in the conference, and it goes something like this. Alexandria now 18-6 overall, with Brainerd 17-6. Fergus Falls right there at 17-7. So overall, Otters looking good, looking at a pretty good seed when they get going here come tournament play. Other games going on around the area tonight. Central Lakes Conference games. St. Cloud is at Sartell. Mercouri's at Detroit Lakes. Brainerd is at Wilmer. Heart of Lakes Conference games tonight. Ada Boer is, and West is taking on Barnesville. Hawley at Frazee. DGF is at Crookston. Pelican Rapids at Wadena Deer Creek. Thief River Falls is at Perham. Little 8 conference games tonight. Parker's Prairie is at Browerville, Gray Eagle. Ortonville at Hancock. Battle Lake at LPA. Brandon Evansville is at Henning. Underwood is at Breckenridge. Park Region Conference tonight. Pillager at Mora. Park Christian at New York Mills. LaPorte is at Bertha Hewitt. West Central Conference game. The West Central Lady Knights are at Montevideo tonight. Morris area taking on Minnewaska area. And Sauk Center is at Osakis. Getting set for our tip-off here in Fergus Falls. The Otter girls getting set to take on Alexandria. Going to be a good one tonight, we hope. Just 2 games left in the regular season for the Otters as they get ready for postseason play. Back with more in a moment. Opening tip right around the corner at our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups when we come back to Fergus Falls. This is girls high school basketball on AM 1250 News Talk KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Rob Royce back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary Gymnasium. Starting lineups tonight for the Alexandria Cardinals tonight. Lauren Byer is a senior guard, averaging 9 points a game. Riley Byer, her sister, 5'5", just a freshman, averaging 12 points a game. McKinley Helsher, coach's daughter, 5'7", she's a junior. Abigail Evink, a 5'7" junior, averaging 4 points a game. And then the big post player, Kate Hennessy, senior forward. She's 5'11", averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds per game. For Fergus Falls tonight, the Otters and head coach Josh Steer with a record of 17-7. Reese Keel gets a start. She's a 5'8" senior, averaging 4 points per game. Carly Hurst at 5'11", averaging 12 points a game. She's a junior. Presley Warren, just a sophomore, 5'8". She can shoot from the outside, averaging 5 a game. Then comes Ruby Ellison, the 1,000-point scorer, 5'10" senior, 14 points, 4 points a game. And Hattie Fullhart at 5'8". She's a senior, averaging 12 points, 8 rebounds per game. That's your starting lineup for the Otters tonight. Starting lineup brought to you by Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Otters coming out in their home maroon jerseys. Otters across the front, white numbers, a little bit of gold trim. Alexandria coming out in their road whites. Alexandria across the chest, black numbers, red trim. Otters to start out going from left to right to begin this ball game. Alexandria, of course, right to left. Cardinals coming in 18-6 overall. They are 12-1 in the Central Lakes Conference and leading in the conference. Fergus Falls, meanwhile, 17-7, 11-3 overall. And again, Coach Josh Steer says we're just looking for a solid 36 minutes tonight. Avoid those lulls that suddenly those little runs that happen during a game and suddenly you let the other team go on an 8-10 point run on you, that can spell the difference. Otters getting set to go here. Presley Warren, I see, getting her way out onto the floor. Ruby Ellison will jump center for the Otters. And that's Kate Hennessy, the center for Alexandria. She's capable of stepping on the outside, knocking down some threes. And we are underway. Half number one. Opening tip is going to go to Fergus Falls. Here's Presley Warren, brings it into the front court. And now Reese Keel. Out on the perimeter from the right side. This is Ellison. Ruby works it around. Keel's got it on the outside into the paint. Now the drive by Fullhart. Kicks back outside. 3-ball from the outside. Ellison missed it. Rebound comes down to the Otters. Now the scramble for it right in front of the Alexandria bench. Looking for a travel call. Still fighting for it. And Alexandria comes away. Cardinals into the front court very quickly. McKinley Helscher running the point. Coach's daughter, just a junior. Now Riley Byer. Be aware of her, where she's at. She'll shoot it from just about anywhere. Lauren Byer, her sister. Pass got tipped, thrown away. Turnover going against Alexandria. And the basketball will go to Fergus Falls. First turnover of the ball game, just underway, about 45 seconds in. Here's Reese Keel into the front court. Otters look to the left wing right now. Up on top, this is Ellison. Keel, pass inside the paint. Fullhart. Hattie works her way inside and scores. Hattie Fullhart, first bucket of the game. And the Otters lead 2-0. Fergus Falls, man-to-man defense. Got a token pressure in the backcourt. Now trying to trap at the half court. Alexandria handles it. Hennessy's got it. Has to give it up to Byer. This is Riley Byer, 5'5" freshman. Helscher, and now Hennessy way off in the right corner. Spin move, nice move inside. Goes off glass and score. That's a pretty play by the senior forward, and we're tied at 2. Otters won the JV game 60-59 over 53. 60-53 over Alexandria. Otters basketball, we'll tie it at 2 here on our Park Region scoreboard. Otters work the perimeter. Pass cross court. Ellison swings it over. There's a long jumper. 3 balls up and good. Reese Keel buries that one. Otters get their first 3. They lead at 5-2. Full court pressure. Handle it. Helscher into the front court for Alec. Here's Byer. Lauren Byer is going to pull up from 10 feet. Missed the shot. Rebound drops into the hands of Ellison. Ruby's going to bring it across. Swings it up ahead to Reese Keel, 5'8" senior. Carly Hurst to the left corner. This is Fullhart. Puts it on the floor. Couple dribbles from the left wing. Now top of the key. Now going to try and drive in the paint. Nearly lost it. Swings. Goes with that little Euro step in the paint. She got fouled. Hennessy's going to pick it up for Alexandria. A little bit of a bump on the way up. Her first foul. First team foul going against Alexandria. And Hattie Fullhart going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. 15:40. Left to go here in the first half, just underway on our Park Region scoreboard. Fullhart gets the free throw. Now a 4-point lead for Fergus Falls at 6-2. Fullhart's second attempt, buries that one. She got 4 points in the ball game, now a 7-2 lead. 5-point advantage for the Otters out of the gate. Here's Helscher, drops it off for Lauren Byer, or Hope Stark rather for Alexandria. Hope Stark into the game. Stark drops it off. Helscher going to drive, take some contact, can't get it to go, but she'll go to the free throw line. Hope Stark is a 5'7" senior, kind of a guard forward. Following the Otters, goes against Ruby Ellison, her first team foul, and 2 shots coming for McKinley Helscher. 13 points a game, 4 rebounds. First free throw rolls off, no good. Second attempt coming. That one much better, switched it home. 7-3 our score. 15:22 to go in the opening half. Otters will bring it into the front court. Keel drops it off for Ellison. She's on the right wing. Fullhart's got a top of the key. Now the pass back inside to Ellison. Gave up her dribble, needs to kick back out. Warren has to swing it over. Now the drive, takes a little bump. That's a tough shot. Carly Hurst takes some contact, goes off glass and scores it. 9-3 Otters, biggest lead of the game. Nearly a travel in the backcourt. They recover. Here's Lauren Byer. Now Riley Byer. Outside, Hennessy. She's not going to drive. Left side. Took plenty of contact, and she got fouled. Good call. Kind of got mugged on her way driving down the boulevard. Foul's going to go against Reese Keel. Her first, second team foul. And Kate Hennessy goes to the free throw line. Senior averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds per game for the Cardinals. Free throw. That one's good. More substitutions. Number 51, Scotland Brown checks in for the Cardinals. As Hope Stark will go to the bench. Second free throw coming from Hennessy, and she gets that one. She goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Cardinals all 3 of 4. 9-5 our score. Otters the basketball and a 4-point advantage. Here's Keel, pressured out near midcourt. Here's Warren, goes into the corner. Working around, Ellison, top of the key. Drop it down low on the block. Here's Hurst. Outside again. Nice patience from the Otters. Alec kind of sitting back in a zone defense. 2-3 zone for the Cardinals. Cross-court pass. That's her. She's going to pop, miss it. Rebound comes down to Alexandria. Nice position there by Lauren Byer. Cardinals quickly into the front court. Here's Riley Byer. Hennessy's got it. Helscher gave up the dribble. Now she's defending. Cross-court pass. Helscher's got it. Right wing. Helscher guarded strongly by Fergus Halls. That's Carly Hurst out there. Otters, good man-to-man defense. Here's a drive. Byer's going to throw one up from 10 feet. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Fergus Falls. Here comes Carly Hurst into the front court. Quickly to Ellison. Open look 3 in the corner. Keel, too strong. Rebound, though, comes right into the hand of Presley Warren. Otters will start all over again. Full hard drives. Everybody straight up from Alexandria. Got the block and a kick ball. And they're going to reset the shot clock back to 20. And a couple substitutions coming now for the Otters with Elizabeth Clinard coming in. Call her the designated rebounder. Grace Black makes her first appearance tonight. She's a 5'8 freshman. Otters will inbound right side of the hoop. Box set, looking for some screens. Ellison back to Black. Grace back to Ellison. To the left corner. Clinard. Nice patience from the Otters. Here's Carly Hurst. Got to get it to somebody. Black has got it. 5 on the shot clock. Got to make a decision. Somebody's going to pop a 3. That's the outside. Clinard no good. Rebound Hennessy for Alexandria. Just over 13 minutes to go here in the opening half. Otters leading by 4, 9-5. Cardinals basketball. Here's Helscher. Looks to the left wing. Gives up the dribble. Closely guarded by Grace Black. Now Hennessy. Otters sit back. 18 on the shot clock. Cardinals have time. Hennessy. She can shoot that inside. Scotland Brown got loose. They floated it inside. They didn't have her defended very well. Cardinals back within 2 at 9-7 on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Grace Black. Hurst. Now a backdoor cut. Clinard missed the shot underneath. Rebound comes down to the Cardinals. They want to run. They'll do that when they can. Byer back outside. Hennessy's going to pop a 3-ball. Airballed it from the outside. And it goes out of bounds. Otters basketball. Abigail Evink will check in. She was the one mystery tonight. I was told she was going to start tonight. Instead, they went with Hope Stark. Kind of a last-minute change. So is Abigail Evink into the ball game as Hennessy will come out. 9-7. Otters lead in the leather. 12-13 to go here in the first half. Here's Grace Black on the right wing. Pass from Hurst on the inside. Pass, they turned it over. Nice defense trying to get it to Presley Warren. Here come the Cardinals back the other way. Otters doing a nice job getting back on defense, not allowing Alexandria to run. Outside jumper, 3-ball is good by Lauren Byer. First 3-ball for Alexandria tonight. And the Cardinals, their first lead at 10-9. 11:45 to go here. Ellison. Alex sitting back in that 2-3 zone. Hurst goes inside. Ellison, bad pass, stolen away. Come back the other way. Here's Evink. Evink back out. Byer. Helscher, she's going to drive right down the middle. She got fouled. Foul on the Otters. Going to be their third team foul. Who we got that one on? They're going to call that one on Carly Hurst. So third team foul against Fergus Falls. Free throws coming to Helscher. And she knocks down the first one. She's now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. More changes for the Otters. Hattie Fullhart checking back into the game. (11-9) Alexandria. Second free throw, rolls around and good. Helscher gets the second one as well. She's now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 12-9, 3-point lead for Alexandria. 11:21 to go here in the opening half on our Park Region scoreboard. Here's Warren. Presley kicks into the corner. Fullhart. Hattie swings it back up top to Black. Now Keel. Reese Keel looking for help. Tried to get it inside. Nice defense from Alexandria. Here's Byer. Riley Byer. She's the freshman guard of the Byer sisters. They work into the corner. This is Evink. Long cross-court pass, kind of floated. Outside jumper, Byer. Riley tried it, missed it. Ball tipped, loose ball goes to Clinert from Fergus Falls. Otters will bring it into the front court quickly. Another bad pass. They turned it over again. They're starting to add up for Fergus Falls. Herschel walks it across the 10-second line. Now Riley Byer. Scotland Brown back for Byer. Looking cross court, feeds to Helscher. Helscher drives, floater in the paint, rolls around, no good. Brown is there, has it taken away. Nice strip there from behind. Nice pass up ahead, Clinert's got it. And a little give and go to Fullhart, and she missed a shot. Rolled right off the front of the rim. Rebound to Alexandria. Chance for the Otters to cut it to one, can't do it. Now Alexandria into the front court. This is Helscher, right wing. Helscher, long cross-court pass to Byer. Here's Riley, drives into the paint, back for Helscher. Top of the key, now works into the paint, kicks to the corner. They swing it around. This is Lauren Byer inside Scotland Brown. She missed the bunny underneath. Great look from Alexandria. Otters catch a break there, nearly turned it over again. Ball last touched by Fergus Falls off the fingertips of Presley Warren. Right in front of the Fergus Falls crowd over there. 9:41 to go here as Ruby Ellison will come back in the ball game for the Otters. Presley Warren will check out of the game, the sophomore. 12-9 Cardinals, 3-point advantage here on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Evink, she's on the right wing. Back for Helscher. She's got a long three, straight on, missed it. Ball tipped once, twice, belongs to the Otters. Here's Fullhart. Drops it up ahead. Here's Reese Keel. She's on the right side looking for help. Gets it to Fullhart. Hattie's going to drive towards the paint. Kicks back out for Ellison. Here's a long three. Keel's going to try it. Missed it wide right. Out of bounds with an air ball. And the ball goes back to Alexandria. Timeout being called by the Otters. Josh Steer wants to talk things over tonight. Timeouts this evening brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. 9:14 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Our score, Alexandria 12. And Fergus Falls 9. Back with more in a moment. This is girls high school basketball on AM 1250 KBRF.
A fresh shipment of brand new Buick Enclaves and Buick Envisions has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. If you've been waiting for the perfect SUV, now's your moment. The spacious, refined Buick Enclave with 3 rows of comfort and confidence. Or the sleek, stylish Buick Envision that is smart, smooth, and ready for where life takes you. Buick, exceptional by design.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Bob Royce back with you here in Fergus Falls. Out of the timeout, Alexandria basketball. Otters decide we're going to go a little full court pressure. Man to man. Alexandria going to handle it. Here's Helscher into the front court for the Cardinals. They lead 12-9. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare, by the way, tonight. Otters sitting back, man-to-man defense. Helscher with a strong drive, can't get the shot to go. Rebound to a flat-footed Ruby Ellison. Hope Stark getting set to check back into the game for the Cardinals. Here's Grace Black, who's back in. Keel. Looking to the left side, now drives right down the boulevard. Great look underneath for Fullhart, and she got that one to go. Fullhart now with 6 points in the game. Otters back within 1 at 12-11. 8:29 to go here on our Park Region scoreboard. Half number 1. Riley Byer. Lauren Byer cut off on the baseline. Riley's going to pop a three from the left side and bury it. That's what she can do. Riley buries another one, and a timeout being called by Alexandria. And Helsher says, let's talk it over. Timeout's brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. 8:16 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Alec 15, Otters 11. Back with more in a moment. This is girls high school basketball. News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonемemorials.com.
Out of the timeout, Otters basketball, trailing by 4, 15-11. This is Reese Keel, swings it to Grace Black. Full Heart in the right corner. Drops it down low. Keel, once again, nice bounce pass to Hattie. She got mugged in the paint. No, they called jump ball. What? They called the jump ball. I thought she got bear hugged on it. So, Cardinals basketball with a 4-point lead. Full court pressure coming from Fergus Falls. Just inside of 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Hennessy helping out in the backcourt for Alexandria. She's checked back in the game. This is Riley Byer in the backcourt. Has it taken out of her hand. Nice defense by Grace Black. They're looking for a 10-second call. They got it. Nice job, Otters. Good pressure in the backcourt. And they get that turnover. So Fergus Falls basketball trailing by 4, 15-11. And Grace Black will bring it across the second line for Fergus Falls. Here's Grace looking to the right side. Now Reese Keel, top of the key. Kicks to the corner. Open look, Ruby Ellison. 3 ball, too strong. Rebound. Look at Byers Sky for that one. Here comes Riley back the other way for Alec. Looks like for Scotland Brown. A little out of control. Flips it right back to the Otters. Turnover. Here comes Fergus back in. Brace. Black going to fire a 3 and hit. Grace Black needed that one for the Otters. Second 3 ball for Fergus Falls tonight. Gets the Otters back within a point at 15-14. Here's Hennessy to Riley Byer. Hope Stark now in the game for Alexandria. Here's Lauren Byer, top of the key. Riley Byer's going to fire another 3 from the right side. In and out. Rebound comes down. Fullhart, nice position inside. Into the front court. Here comes Fullhart right down the boulevard. Does it go? No, can't get it. Rebound Cardinals. Good luck by Hattie. She's had a good first half. Here's Byer, Riley Byer. Outside Hennessy. Yep, she can take that 3, but she came up short. And again, nice positioning there by Fullhart. Here comes Hattie. Up ahead. All alone is Reese Keel. She gets the bucket, and the Otters are back in front, 16-15. Great fast break. Good awareness on the floor by Fullhart. Give her the assist. Bounce pass underneath by Stark. Off the knee of Scotland Brown. Cardinals turn it over. Here comes Ruby Ellison. Ruby kicks it back outside. Black's going to fire another 3. Knuckleball, no good. Rebound comes into the hands of Hope Stark from Alexandria. Approaching the 6-minute mark here in the first half. Otters lead by 1, 16-15 on the Park Region scoreboard. Hope Stark defending up top. That's a bad foul. Hattie Fullhart's going to pick that one up. 4th team foul against Fergus Falls. Hattie's first. And Alexandria will inbound. Elizabeth Clinert checking back in for the Otters. Reese Keel will come out. Abigail Evink back in for Alexandria. Helsher's checked back in as well. Just inside of 6 minutes. Here's Hennessy on the outside for Alexandria. Top of the key, Stark, and now Helsher's on the right wing. Guarded closely by Black. Works her way around some traffic, swings it into the corner. Evink works her way into the paint, takes a bump, no call. Turned it over, back the other way. Otters on the run, and a nice drive and an easy bucket on the end for Carly Hurst. Hurst has got 4 points. Otters push their lead to 3 at 18-15. Nice job getting back in this game. Here's Helsher on the right wing. Back for Hennessy. Kate Hennessy. Going to drive, kind of push off on Ellison. Here's a drive. Byer, floater from the left side, doesn't get it. Kleinert tracks it down. Here comes Grace Black. Pass up court. Ruby Ellison, they're going to slow things down. Here's Carly Hurst, averaging 12 points a game. Warren, Presley's back in the ball game for Grace Black. Passes at her feet, turned it over. Here comes Helscher. Helscher looking for contact. Straight up defense. No foul. Going to stay with Alexandria. So nice job by Carly Hurst, just kind of getting in position. Fergus Falls substitutions. Reese Keel checking back in. Ella Kwapinski is checked in. Alexandria inbounding right side of the hoop. Pass down low. Hennessy manages to keep it on. No, doesn't. Lost the handle. Out of bounds. So another turnover. Both teams kind of having their moments here. So here come the Otters, leading by 3 at 18-15. Into the front court, Ellison for Kleinert. Looks to the left side, back up top. This is Carly Hurst. Now Ellison, she's going to drive baseline. Kind of a push off there, got away with one. Back outside, work the perimeter, Kleinert. Hurst, 9 on the shot clock. Got to find one here, ladies. Drop it off, Ellison. Inside, Kwapinski off her fingertips, stolen away by Alexandria. Cardinals want to run. Up ahead, here's Evink. Back for Helscher. Takes a bump from behind. Finally drops it off for Hennessy. Hennessy recovers for Alexandria. Now Riley Byer. Here's Riley. Crossover dribble into the paint. Works it back outside. Helscher. Hope Stark. Hope drives right side off glass and got it. That's a tough shot by Hope Stark. Her first bucket of the game. Alexandria back within a point. 18-17. 3:44 to go here in the opening half. Keel. Kwapinski, her pass to the inside should have been a travel. Here's a turnaround jumper, missed shot though. Hurst missed it badly. Alexandria quickly up ahead. Byer's going to pull up. 10-footer from the left side. Soft touch and got it. Riley Byer now, 5 points in the game. 19-18. Alexandria back in front. 1 point lead for the Cardinals. Here's Ellison. She's going to pop a three. Got that one. Ruby's first bucket of the game, and it's a three. Nice shot by Ruby Ellison. 21-19. Otters back in front by 2. Byer into the corner. Helscher defended out on the wing. Got grabbed. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fergus Falls. Lauren Byer back in for the Cardinals. Grace Black checks in for Fergus Falls. 2:59, just inside of 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Minnesota Motor Company halftime show coming up. Recap scoring. Check some other details for you here too. Into half number 1. Hope Stark a 3-ball from the right corner. Hope Stark buries it. No hesitation there. Third 3 for Alexandria here in the first half. They're back in front, 22-21. Ellison into the corner. Kwapinski spinning. Back out. Here's Ellison going to drive to the left baseline. Here's Kwapinski into the paint. She drives hard. Thought he changed pivot feet. Ellison with contact and a foul. Got mugged going up on the shot. And that's going to go against Hennessy? No, 33 for Alexander. Evink picks that one up. Abigail Evink. And a 2-shot foul coming now for Ruby Ellison. Her first trip to the line tonight. And too strong on the free throw. Substitutions on both sides. Fullhart checking back in for the Otters. Scotland Brown back in the ball game now for Alexandria. Going to get a little bit of height back in there. Second free throw attempt coming from Ruby. Got that one. 4 points now for Ruby Ellison. We're all tied at 22. And 2:22 remaining. Outside jumper, Lauren Byer. That's a 3-ball. No hesitation by Lauren. Her second 3 of the game. Alexandria now leads by 3 at 25-22. Here's Grace Black for Fergus Falls. Kicks to the corner. Kleinert. This is Ellison, top of the key. Grace Black popped a 3. Right wing, rolls off. Rebound tipped. Belongs to Alexandria. Here comes Helsher. McKinley Helsher, 5'7" junior, averages 13 points a game. Helsher drives, got around one person, took some contact, shot missed. Fergus Falls come back the other way. Here's Ellison. Back for Black. Fullhart, Hattie top of the key. Dribbles to the left, drops it off Kwapinski. Kwapinski kicks back outside. Long jumper, Ellison. That one rims off. Rebound, Clinert. Stepped on the sideline, or on the baseline rather. So a turnover. Savannah Lee checks in for Fergus Falls, 5'6" senior. Lauren Byer back in the ball game. Trying to see who else came in here for Alexandria. Maybe Riley Byer checked back in. 25-22 on the Park Region scoreboard. Alexandria the lead and the basketball. Here's Byer. Gives up the dribble. Here's Lauren Byer. Helsher driving baseline on Clinert. They cut her off. Nice job. Good help defense. Scotland Brown. Riley Byer now. 15 on the shot clock. Helsher's going to pop a three ball from the outside and hit it. The threes are starting to fall for Alexandria. Her first field goal of the first half. Alexandria now opening up a 6-point lead. Biggest lead of the game at 28-22. 53 seconds to go on our Park Region scoreboard. Grace Black defended out near midcourt to the corner. Here's Kwapinski rather. Fullhart's got it. Here's Hattie, works her way inside, has to go back up top, stolen away. Helsher back the other way, gonna go up and get the layup. Good anticipation by McKinley. She's got 8 points here in the opening half. And it's now become a 30-22 lead for Alexandria. Shot clock's been turned off for the Otters. They trail by 8. Savannah Lee for Fullhart, out beyond the arc. Here's Grace Black, circles back to the left corner. Fullhart, pump fake, now Hattie, drives into the paint, got clobbered, and she'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Check the foul on Alexandria. Scotland Brown's going to pick up that foul, her first. This is the third team foul against Alexandria. All things considered, pretty clean game. I'm not even sure it's necessarily the refs saying we're going to let him play a little bit. Fullhart's free throw rolls off. She's now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Just 13.2 seconds remaining here until halftime. Fullhart's second attempt. That one's much better. That one goes in. That was 7 points in the game. 11 seconds to go. Down low to Hennessy. Hennessy works her way inside. Otters get a steal. Here comes Fullhart. 4 seconds to go. Fullhart got hit. Rebound by Kwapinski. Goes up and scored at the horn. Kwapinski comes up with a bucket. And that's going to get the Otters back to within 5 on our Park Region scoreboard. 30-25. Park Region service beyond the connection. Our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show is right around the corner. Minnesota Motor Company located at South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. We'll take a short break. Back with more from Fergus Falls and the Kennedy Secondary Gym. More in a moment. Halftime show coming up. This is high school girls basketball on 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Bob Royce back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary Gym. Otters and Alexandria going at it, trailing 30-25. Kind of a game of swings in the opening half. Otters came out. Managed to push themselves out to a nice 6-point lead. Alexandria came back, took the lead. Otters came back one more time, started knocking down some shots, and then it was Alec right at the end of the first half. They started nailing some 3-point field goals as well, and that's where we're at on our Park Region scoreboard, 30-25. This is our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Thanks for being with us here this evening. Minnesota Motor Company, South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. this is what the scoring looked like for Fergus Falls as we recap the score sheet. Thus far, after 18 minutes of play, Fergus Falls with 5 points from Reese Keel on the evening, including a three-pointer. 4 points for Carly Hurst. Grace Black coming up with 3, nice three-pointer off the bench. Presley Warren is scoreless so far in this one. Quiet night so far for Ruby Ellison. Ruby with a three-pointer and 1 of 2 from the free throw line for a total of 4 points. Hattie Fullhart was busy early, getting a couple field goals. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line, playing some good solid defense and also rebounding extremely well for the Otters tonight. Hattie with 7 points so far. And then Ella Kwapicki coming in at the end of the first half and gets the shot at the buzzer to get the Otters within 5. Nice rebound, nice putback by Ella, the freshman, getting some playing time now. So she finished with a 2 for the Otters total of 25 points. For Alexandria, Lauren Byer, couple three-pointers. She's got 6 points in this game. Riley Byer, the freshman guard, just 5'5", averages 12 points a game, though. She's got a three-pointer, another 2-point field goal. So she's got 5 on the night. Hope Stark buried a 3. She's got a 2-pointer as well. So she's got 5. McKinley Helsher, the coach's daughter for Alexandria, 8 points total. She's got a 3 along with a field goal, and she is 3 for 4 from the free throw line. They've Otters have done a pretty good job on Kate Hennessy, the outstanding senior center for Alexandria. Kate Hennessy being held to just a single field goal so far. 2 points for her, actually, and then 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So she has 4 points on the night and 2 points for Scotland Brown off the bench for Alexandria for their team total of 30 points. So that's where we're at right now, 30-25 at halftime. I do want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors that help us out all season long, and they're especially helping us out tonight. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls, helping us out with our starting lineups. Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Timeouts tonight brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Park Region is our scoreboard sponsor. Service beyond the connection, that is Park Region. Minnesota Motor Company, of course, sponsoring our halftime show. Quality Player of the Game, we'll have that for you during our post-game show tonight. That is brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. And also Running Stitches Embroidery. Thanks to Running Stitches tonight, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That is Running Stitches Embroidery. Let's take a break on our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Take a look around the rest of the area. See where things are at. Maybe we can get a score update for you from the Fergus boys who are playing at Alexandria tonight. And also the boys hockey game, the playoff hockey game tonight with boys hockey. The Otters facing Wilmer tonight at home. Should note, this game originally was going to be played over at the Roosevelt Gymnasium. I decided with hockey going on over there, parking was going to be an absolute madhouse, so they decided to move the game back to the gym here. That's why we're inside the Kennedy Secondary School tonight. Back with more in a moment on our halftime show, brought to you by Minnesota Motor Company. Fergus trailing Alexandria 30-25. This is high school basketball on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Bob Royce back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary Gymnasium. Fergus Falls trailing Alexandria at the half in girls basketball tonight, 30-25 on our Park Region scoreboard. Welcome back to our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. A couple of the scores to pass along tonight for you. Right now, boys action going on at Alexandria tonight. Alexandria leading Fergus Falls by a score of 49-22. Waiting to see if we might be able to get an update on the boys hockey playoff game tonight. Fergus Falls hosting Wilmer tonight. You can hear that one actually on KJ Country 96.5. So kind of be keeping an eye and listening for that one as well. Hopefully the Otters can come up with a victory tonight and move on in the hockey playoffs. Fergus Falls made a nice run, got a nice putback to get this one back within 5, 30-25 at halftime. Ella Kwapinski coming up with the putback. Kwapinski, I should say. I'm going to have trouble with that one. Ella Kwapinski coming up with the putback, gets the Otters back within 5. And getting ready for our second half tip-off here. We're just a couple minutes away on our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. So again, 30-25 our score. Back with more in a moment. We'll take a break. Get going half number 2. See if the Otters can get their 18th win of the season and get a conference win. Get them to 12-3 in the Central Links Conference. Back with more in a moment on our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Back with more. You're listening to Girls High School Basketball on 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Back at Fergus Falls, Otter girls trailing Alexandria 30-25. These two teams met earlier in the season. About third game in, as a matter of fact. And Alexandria came away with a 9-point win that night. 55-46 was the final in that one. And we talked to Josh Steer before the game tonight. Just asked him, do you really come away with any takeaways when it's that early in the season? It was a competitive game. Otters actually out-rebounded Alexandria that night. And he said, yeah, you take a few things away, but no, each team has changed so much throughout the year, doing some different things. And, you just go out and play. You play your game, hoping for a little bit more consistent effort. He mentioned the fact that just trying to get a full 36 minutes out of his girls tonight. And not a bad first half. Just turnovers come back to bite you. And, again, when you limit turnovers, you've got a chance. You can't eliminate possessions in a close ball game like this. See what both teams are going to send out on the floor for the second half. Otters, I'm guessing, are probably going to send out their same starting 5. And just announcing Ruby Ellison going over the 1,000-point mark in the last ball game for Fergus Falls. Nice round of applause for Ruby. An outstanding senior player for the Otters. 5'7" senior. Got to get going here in the second half, though. Averaging 14 a game, just 4 points in the first half. Just 1 3-pointer and then 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Alexandria coming out with Helsher, Hope Stark, Riley Byer, Lauren Byer, and Kate Hennessy. Otters going to go with their starters. So Reese Keel, Ruby Ellison, Hattie Fullhart, Carly Hurst, and Presley Warren. Otters basketball to start the second half. We're underway. Man-to-man defense for Alexandria this time. Outside jumper from Fullhart, too strong. Would have been a 3. Rebound Alexandria. Here comes Riley Byer, just a freshman. 5 points for her in the opening half. Byer now for Helsher. McKinley, high post now Hennessy. Hennessy drops it off for Byer. Now Helsher in the right corner. Down low for Hennessy. Nice defense from behind. Poked away Otters come away with it, nearly turned it over. Now they fire it down the floor. Hurst goes up, got maybe fouled, no call. Kicks back outside. Otters are going to reset. 24 on the shot clock. Here's Fullhart on the right wing, back for Ellison, top of the key. Drive from Keel, takes a bump. She got fouled, and she's going to shoot a couple free throws. Check the foul on Alexandria, and that's going to be on Lauren Byer, her first. Neither team in any foul trouble at all. Everybody's got one. For Alexandria, Byer with one now. Abigail Evink with one. Free throw comes up short. First time at the free throw line for Hurst. Evink with one foul. Hennessy with one. Scott LeBron with one. Otters, similar situation. Free throws good that time. Otters now back within 4 at 30-26. Here come the Cardinals into the front court. Riley Byer looking for a screen. She's out between the rings. Goes to the right side to Stark. Cross-court pass. Helscher drives, left block. Kicks it back outside for Byer. Now the floater in the paint. Missed it too strong. Rebound. Everybody's on the floor. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Otters. Alexandria will keep the basketball. Fergus Falls with just one game remaining here in the regular season. As Alexandria will inbound. Otters hosting St. Cloud here on the 20th on Friday night, right here in the gym. 30-26, Alexandria goes inside. Hennessy tried to go, tipped away by Ellison. Then up ahead, here comes Presley Warren. Tries to tap it off a leg, instead just tapped it out of bounds. Missed opportunity for the Otters there. 16:31 to go here in the ball game. Alexandria 30, Otters 26 on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Helscher now in the corner. Hope Stark, cross-court pass, Byer. Riley Byer dribbles in, swings back outside. Lauren Byer. Helscher, now Stark, she's going to drive, kind of fakes, goes up, got fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Check the foul on Fergus Falls, just their first one, and they're going to get Keel on that one. 2 on Reese. Big thanks to Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That is Running Stitches Embroidery. Starks gets the first free throw to go. Hope now with 6 points in the game. First trip to the line. First points in the second half for Alexandria. And Stark rolls in the second one. She goes 2 of 2 from the line. Now with 7 points in the game. Leads back to 6 for the Cardinals. 32-26. Otters go inside. Ellison back to the basket. Fullhart, nobody picked her up. Drives right down the boulevard. Goes up with the left hand and scores. Addie Fullhart now with 9 points in the ball game. Otters back within 4 at 32-28. Man-to-man defense for Fergus Falls here in the second half. Byer to Hennessy. Guarded by Hurst. Here's Stark. Circles back on the left wing. Hennessy takes a bump. Now Helscher kicks outside. Hope Stark, 3 ball, came up short. Rebound to Presley Warren. Warren up ahead. Hurst, now Keel. She's in the left wing, or right wing rather. Hurst going to power her way, trying to make a move, then goes up with the floater, missed the shot. Fullhart another rebound. Hattie kicks it outside to Warren. Presley drives her way down the boulevard, but can't get the shot to go. Everybody straight up for Alexandria. Good aggressive move by Fullhart, but no bucket. Rebound to the Cardinals. A little over 15 to go in the ball game. Here's Helscher inside for Hennessy. Missed her shot. Took a little contact. No call. Rebound to Fergus Falls. Here's Ellison into the front court. Outside jumper. That's a 3 ball. Came up short by Hurst. Hennessy recovers for Alec. Both teams kind of go cold here to start the second half. 14:40 to go in the second half. Here's Hope Stark on the right side. Helscher, free throw line, now drives, kick out, Hope Stark, pump fake, back for Helscher. Here's McKinley, she's into the paint, floats it outside for Byron. That's what Alexandria will do. They'll sit there and just kind of wait for that open 3 on the outside. Helscher, floater in the paint, no good, in and out. Rebound to Fergus Falls. Here comes Presley Warren. Trailing by 4, 32-28. Pass in the paint off the fingertips of Ellison. Alexandria steals it away. Here's Hennessy. the outstanding post player. She has it stolen away. Nice job by Ruby. Now she loses the handle. Alexandria gets it back. 3-ball outside, no good. Fullhart collects a long rebound near the free throw line. Here comes Hattie on the left wing. Hattie, look at her drive inside. Powers missed the shot. Gets it back, goes up, scores, missed another one. How about one more time and scoring? Hattie Fullhart just outworked everybody that time. And a timeout being called by Alexandria. Otters have made this a 2-point game. 13:41 remaining here in the second half on the Park Region scoreboard. Alexandria 32, Fergus Falls 30. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. This is girls high school basketball on 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
Otters with a couple changes out of that timeout. Elizabeth Klinnert's back in. Grace Black is back in the game, and Ella Black is checked into the game for the first time tonight, the 5'8 junior for Fergus Falls. Cardinals basketball leading by 2, 32-30. Here's Scotland Brown for Alec, for Lauren Byer. Hennessy now for Riley Byer. Scotland Brown is checked in. Helsher. Fergus sitting back in his zone. Outside jumper, buried. Lauren Byer hits another one. That's her third three of the ball game. She's got 9 points. Breathing room for Alexandria. They lead 35-30. Grace Black now. For Hurst, Carly dribbles to the left. Here's Ella Black. Work the perimeter. This is Keel, down low. Hurst, turnaround jumper off glass, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds, going to stay with Fergus Falls. Ruby Ellison back in the game. Reese Keel will check out. Otters will inbound. This is Grace Black in the corner by the Otters bench. Carly Hurst quiet tonight, just 4 points for her as well. Neither team shooting the basketball extremely well. Here's Grace Black, gives up the dribble on the left side. Hurst swings it, Ellison, 5 on the shot clock. Ruby's going to take it to the hole, goes up off glass, missed a shot, rebound. Cardinals, here comes Helsher. They run when they can. Now they're going to take their time, bring it back outside. Cardinals average about 60 points a game, so they're not, a huge scoring team by any means. That's what I mean. These teams are very similar in their makeup. Byer, Riley Byer. Helsher's pass. Lauren Byer's going to pop another three and hit another three. 12 points for Lauren Byer, and they're all on three-pointers tonight. It's an 8-point lead for Alexandria. 12:04 to go in the ball game on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Grace Black. Grace swings it over. Ruby Ellison, right corner. Klinert, Elizabeth drives, glossed it off her leg, comes away with the Alexandria. Here comes Helsher. McKinley Helsher back outside. Hennessy, she's got an open look on a three, doesn't get it. Ellison a rebound. Nearly got fouled from behind. Reese Kill getting set to check back in for Fergus Falls. Ellison, Grace Black, lost the handle momentarily, recovers. Now a foul up on top. That's a bad reach. Riley Byer's going to pick up her first personal, just the second team foul. And Reese Keel's back in the game. Abigail Eving checking in for Alexandria. Again, not a lot of fouls in this game. Maybe 7 or 8 fouls called the entire first half. That's not bad. Teams are behaving themselves. Here's Keel for Fergus Falls. Now Ellison. Ruby drives into the paint. Kicks outside. Black. Grace has it poked away. Turned it over. Hennessy brings it back for Alexandria. Little poke check there from the Cardinals. Here's Evink. She's off on the left wing. Now between the rings. Hennessy's got it right side. Lauren Byer going to pop another three. You're hot. Why not? Doesn't get it. But then Hennessy tracks down the rebound. Reload the shot clock. Bad pass. Clinert was there to tip it out of bounds for Fergus Falls. 38-30. Alexandria with a 8-point lead on the Park Region scoreboard. 10:56 remaining. Cardinals will inbound. This is Lauren Byer. Lauren Byer, a senior guard for Alexandria. Here's Hennessy. Helscher, cross-court pass. Byer, pump fake. Going to fire up another one. That one rims off. Rebound to Fergus Falls. Here comes Ruby Ellison. Ruby works her way into the paint. Got away with a double dribble. 2 hands on the basketball. Refs didn't see it. Here's Black. Reese Keel. Free throw line. Back outside. Black. Keel in the corner. Ellison's going to pop a 3. Miss it. Rebound Clinert. Lost the handle underneath. Alexandria comes away. Good aggressive defense by Alexandria off that miss. Hattie Fullhart getting set to check back in for Fergus Falls. Here's Helscher for Alexandria. Evinks got it, left wing. Back to Helscher. Helscher into the paint. Powers her way through. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Elizabeth Clinert. Nice defense from the Otters. Inside of 10 minutes to go. Here's Ellison, left corner. Now to the wing. Drops it back. Hurst. Carly. Bounce pass up on top for Reese Keel. Keel guarded closely. Hurst drops it off. Here's Ruby Ellison, 1,000-point score. Lost the handle. Clinert's got it. Goes back outside. 11 on the shot clock. Ellison going to try the left baseline. Pulls up from the side. Hits the side of the backboard. Bad shot. Here comes Alexandria. 9:24 to go in the ball game. 38-30. Biggest lead of the game for Alexandria tonight. Here's Lauren Byer. Lauren takes a bump from behind. Yep, got the call. A little bit of contact there from the wing. Ruby Ellison picks up the personal foul. That's her second. Fullhart's back. Second team foul against Fergus Falls here in the second half. Alec will inbound, right side of the hoop. Evinks got it. Now Helscher on the left wing. Pass goes underneath to Scotland Brown, who powers up and scores. Won't score much, but she got one there. Scotland Brown averages 4 points. She's at 4 in the ball game. Biggest lead of the night for the Cardinals at 40-30. It's a 10-point advantage on the Park Region scoreboard. Sitting back in that zone. Here's a long 3 from straight on. Otters have gone ice cold all of a sudden. And slowly getting out of hand. Ball goes out of bounds, back to the Cardinals. Post-game show, of course, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. We'll have our quality player of the game. And a timeout being called by Alexandria. 8:49 remaining here in the ballgame on our Park Region scoreboard. Timeouts tonight brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. 40-30, Alexandria leading Fergus Falls by 10. Back with more. This is high school girls basketball on 1250 KBRF.
A fresh shipment of brand new Buick Enclaves and Buick Envisions has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. If you've been waiting for the perfect SUV, now's your moment. The spacious, refined Buick Enclave with 3 rows of comfort and confidence. Or the sleek, stylish Buick Envision that is smart, smooth, and ready for where life takes you. Buick, exceptional by design.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Bob Roy's back with you. Derek Sidian, our on-site producer here tonight. Otters trailing now by 10, 40-30. They trailed by 5 at the half. 30-25. Otters came out with a good start, cut the lead to 2, and now Alexandria has gone on about an 8-0 run here to push us out to that 10-point advantage. Alexandria basketball out of the timeout. Matt Helscher, the Alexandria head coach, barking some instructions. Cardinals coming in 18-6 overall, 12-1 in conference play. McKinley Helscher to Riley Byer. She's on the right wing. Abigail Evink now for Alexandria. Hennessy back to Byer. Tried to go down low to Scotland Brown. Nice defense down low. Evink, left corner, works away, baseline. Back outside. Here comes Hennessy driving. Going to go with the reverse off the front of the rim. Fight for the basketball. They call a jump, I believe. And I believe the possession arrow is going to belong to Alexandria. They'll reload here with 8:19 to go in the ball game. Just 2 team fouls apiece here in the second half. Here's Hennessy. Helsher, that's a long 3. Swish! McKinley Helsher knocks down the 3. 13-point advantage here for Alexandria. 43-30. Approaching 8 minutes to go in the game. Here's Reese Keel. Keel gives it up on the right side. Black has got an open look for 3. Grace missed his shot. Fullhart fights for another rebound and scores. Hattie Fullhart, 6 points now in the second half. And she's got 13 in the ball game for the Otters. Back within 11 at 43-32. Evink, now Helsher, back to Evink, left wing. She's going to try a 3. That one rolls off. Flat-footed rebound for Fullhart. Up ahead quickly, Grace Black. Met there. And a bad pass. Another turnover for the Otters. Josh Steer not helping at all. Just lost possessions here for the Otters to try and get back in this game. So Alexandria basketball. Abigail Evink up ahead. Riley Byer, nobody picked her up. That's a 3, and that's good. 8 points in the game now for the freshman. 46-32, biggest lead of the lead for Alexandria, now at 14. Here's Grace Black, and they threw it away. Bad pass right at the feet of Ellison. Carly Hurst checking back in quickly. Lauren Byer, Hope Stark back in for Alexandria. As Brown and Evink will come to the bench for the Cardinals. Alexandria slowly pushing this one to an insurmountable lead. 14-point advantage. Not that either team is necessarily shooting the lights out right now, but especially not the Otters. Look at the move by Hennessy inside. She got fouled. No, travel call. Took 1, maybe 2 extra steps on that one. So they turned it over. And the Otters basketball now. We're inside of 7 minutes to go in this ball game on our Park Region scoreboard. 46-32. Otters trail by 14. Here's Fullhart. Hattie inside, drops it off for Clinert. Lost the handle. Actually had it blocked on the way up. Keel outside. Fullhart pump fake. Inside. Works her way. Had her shot blocked. Nice job by Hennessy. Straight up defense by the Cardinals. Quickly into the front court. Here's Lauren Byer. Going to try another 3 ball. That one rims off. Rebound, Clinert. They're going to call a jump ball. Hope Stark, Elizabeth Clinert, both there. Basketball should belong to the Otters, and it does, with the possession arrow. Otters need points in a hurry here. Inside of 6.5 to go. Got to give the crowd something to cheer about. Make some noise. Here's Keel. Reese lost the handle. Got it back in the right corner. Now picks it up. Goes up with the floater from the side. Missed it off of Clinert's fingertips. Out of bounds. Going to go to Alexandria. Otters just a step slow getting the basketballs. Josh Shear kind of looks a little bit beside himself down there. Just missing opportunities. Can't hit anything. Otters just with 7 points so far here in the second half. We're inside of 6 minutes to go. Here's Hennessy. Kate works inside. Now has to go to the corner. Got to get out of the lane, and she does. Here's Helsher. Reverse the dribble. Left side. Works her way through traffic and scores. McKinley Helsher now with 13 points in the game. 48-32. It's a 16-point lead for the Cardinals. Here's Reese Keel. She's going to drive right side. Can't get the shot. Hennessy a rebound. Hennessy throws a rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. Well, I thought maybe a little bit of an elbow there to try and clear some space. Basketball will go back to Alexandria. Clinert comes out. Ella Black checks in for the Otters. Grace Black back in for Reese Keel. Coach looking for shooters. Here's Helsher. She'll bring it across. 5:23 to go on our Park Region scoreboard. Here's Lauren Byer for Alexandria. Cross-court pass, Riley Byer. Quick trigger 3. That one just off. Rebound, Fullhart. Hattie's been busy tonight. Here comes Hattie Fullhart. Kicks to the corner. Pass stolen away. Riley Byer back for Alexandria. Turnover starting to mount up a little bit here for Fergus Falls. Helscher's on the left wing. Hope Stark was checked in for Alexandria. Hennessy. This is Riley Byer, right corner, guarded by Ellison. Helscher, Riley Byer, thinking about the three. Dribbles her way to the right wing now. Crossover dribble, goes to the corner. Sister Lauren, cross-court pass, Hennessy. They're okay. Clock is their friend right now. Helscher, 5 on the shot clock. Gonna pop a long three. That one off the rim, once, twice, tipped. Hennessy a rebound, back outside. Here's Riley Byer, has to go back to Hope Stark. Stark now from the right block. Helscher's gonna try a three, straight on, too strong, rebound. Otters come away with it. Here's Grace Black. 4:17 to go in the game, 48-32. Alexandria leading comfortably. Ellison. Carly Hurst, and a push-off foul up top. They're going to get Hennessy from the hand check. Hennessy picks it up. That's her second. Just the third. Alexandria comes away with the basketball. Inside of 4 to play. 48-32. Here's Riley Byer on the left wing. Guarded closely by Grace Black. Helscher swings it over to Hope Stark. Cross-court pass. Hennessy in the corner. Byer. Riley's going to try a three. Missed that one. Now both teams have really cooled off. 48-32. Otters the lead, or rather the basketball, and trailing by 16. 3.5 to go. Ella Black. Hurst. Grace Black now in the right wing. Bounce pass down low. Fullhart goes up. Shot blocked. One more time by Alexandria. Here comes Riley Byer. Want to say running, but instead just go quickly across half court. Nothing there. They're going to take their time and eat some shot clock here. Hennessy in the right corner for the Cardinals. Kate drops it off. Helscher. Riley Byer now, right wing, back for Helscher. Going to try baseline. Nice defense by Ella Black. Ella. Pass nearly out of bounds to Lauren Byer. Lauren now into the paint. Drives, floater, takes some contact. Call? Yes, there is. 2 shots coming for Lauren Byer. Carly Hurst picks up her second foul, just the third team foul against the Otters. And Lauren Byer at the free throw line. See how she does from the free throw line. She's been pretty good from 3. All of her points have come from beyond the arc. Gets the free throw there. Now with 13 points in the game. Reese Keel's back in the game for Fergus Falls. Second attempt coming here for Byer, and Lauren gets that one. She goes 2 of 2. 50-32, our score. Abigail Evink back in for Alexandria. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this game. Here's Keel into the front court. Ella Black, top of the key. Here's Grace Black, thought about it. Fullhart, pump fake. Here's Hattie, works into the paint. Get the respect of Hennessy. Back outside, a timeout being called by Josh Steer. He's not happy. Timeout's being called, or being sponsored tonight by Lake Region Healthcare. 2:23 to go in the ball game. Otters trailing Alexandria 50-32 on our Park Region scoreboard. Back with more in a moment. This is girls high school basketball on 1250 KBRF.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Out of the timeout, Otters basketball. They've been outscored 20-7 here in the second half. Another 3-ball missing for Fergus Falls. And another foul being called against Alexandria. I believe Abigail Evink is going to pick up that one, and it is. Her second, 4th team foul against the Cardinals. 2:13 remaining in this game. Otters trailing 50-32. Off the inbound, they turned it over. Try to get it inside to Reese Keel off her fingertips. Here comes Alexandria, and they're going to take their time. 2 minutes remaining in this ball game on the Park Region scoreboard. Kate Hennessy drops it off. This is McKinley Helsher. Hope Stark now for Alexandria. Goes to the left side. This is Riley Byer. Stark has got it. Way cross-court pass for Evink. She's going to pop a three. Looks good. Missed a shot. Rebound tracked down by Hope Stark. And a timeout being called by Helsher. Oh, my goodness. Just a bad box out by the Otters. Stark works her way around. Makes the play. Timeout's brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. We'll take a timeout as well. $1:41 to go. Alec leading Fergus Falls 50-32. This is high school hoops on KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That is Running Stitches Embroidery. Thanks again to Lake Region Healthcare for sponsoring our timeouts tonight. Basketball will belong to Alexandria. Otters need to go. Need to defend well. Need the ball back here. Trailing by 18, 50-32. 5-point game at the half. Alexandria's made this an 18-point game in the second half. Hope Stark. Helsher to Riley Byer. Here's Hennessy. Hennessy with 1:30 to go. Hennessy drives inside. Can't get everybody straight up. Nice job by Fullhart. Tried to get the ball over to Ella Black. She comes away with it. Now stolen away by Hennessy. Hennessy pulls up with a 10-footer, rolls around and got it. Hennessy now with 6 points in the game. That's her first points of the second half. And now it's a 20-point game as the Otters just can't buy one on the other side. Turnovers and missed shots even when they get them. Not been going well. Here's Reese Keel. Gives up the dribble. Now in trouble. Back now for Hurst. Here's Carly. Back outside. Keel's going to try a three ball. Rolls off. Rebound Hennessy. How big has she been tonight? And 47 seconds remaining. Kind of a substitution timeout for Alexandria. Give a couple kids into the game. Kendra Wolf wears number 1. Eving checks back in. Scotland Brown back in for the Cardinals. As Hennessy will check out of the ball game. Try and get all these numbers here for Alexandria. Greta Kelly checks in, junior guard for the Cardinals. And they will try and run this one out if they can. 45 seconds to go. It's a 20-point game. Here's Kendra Wolf, 5'5" senior. Kelly to the right side. This is Evink. Back to Kendra Wolf. Hope Stark. Kelly drives, takes a bump inside, missed the shot. Not able to convert. Otters come away. Shot clock's been turned off. Just 23 seconds to go. Ella Black will try a three ball. Rims off. Otters just can't buy one here in the second half. Ball tipped out of bounds by Fergus Falls. It'll stay with Alexandria and just 15 seconds to go in the game. Stick around. Post-game show coming up. Brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Well, somebody's getting a T-shirt tonight at some point for our quality player of the game. Hope Stark dribbling, and she will dribble it out for Alexandria. Final score tonight. Alexandria takes care of Fergus Falls by a final of 52-32 on our Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection. Post-game show coming up right around the corner. Otters now 17-8 overall and 11-4 in the Central Lakes Conference. Alexandria now runs their record to 19-6 and now 13-1 in conference play. Post-game show coming up. We'll recap scoring and more. This is girls high school basketball on 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Bob Royce back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary School here in the gymnasium. Rough night for the Otters. Otters trailed by 5 at the half, 30-25, and the second half they managed only 7 points. Ball would not go into the hoop for Fergus Falls. Just way too many turnovers. Credit Alexandria's defense as well. They were pretty aggressive out there, and Alexandria wins it tonight by a final score of 52-32. Not that the Cardinals were lighting it up from the outside as well, but it was certainly enough to get the win tonight. Welcome to our post-game show as we recap the scoring in this one tonight. First of all, let's take a look at the Otters scoring. And again, pretty rough in the second half. Reese Keel finishing with a total of 6 points on the night. 4 points for Carly Hurst. Again, the kids that they needed to be scoring just weren't finding a way to get it into the bucket. Elizabeth Clinton goes scoreless tonight. Presley Warren, one of the starters, normally good for a handful. She goes scoreless tonight. Grace Black hit a 3 in the first half. She finished with 3 points. Ruby Ellison, 4 points in the first half. She finished with 4 points. Ella Black off the bench goes scoreless tonight. Hattie Fullhart finishes with a team-high 13 points tonight, 7 in the first half, 6 in the second half. She was 3 of 4 from the free throw line in this game. And just 2 points for Ella Kopinski coming up, or Kompinski rather, getting her lone bucket right at the horn at the end of the first half. So she gets her 2 points, and that was it for the Otters. Total of 32 tonight. The lowest scoring outputs that the Otters are going to see in years. Meanwhile, for Alexandria, 14 points for Lauren Beyer to lead the way. 4 3-pointers, and then goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Outstanding effort by the senior guard for Alexandria. Kendra Wolf, Greta Kelly both got in late. No points for them. Riley Beyer, she hit a couple threes on the night. She had 8 points on the evening for Alexandria. 5 points for Hope Stark, including a 3. McKinley Helscher finishing with a couple 3-pointers, 13 points, including 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Abigail Evink goes scoreless tonight. Who else? 6 points for Kate Hennessy. Give Fergus Falls credit tonight. Did a nice job by Kate Hennessy down low. They guarded her on the outside, held her to only 6 points, 2 field goals, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Scotland Brown finishing with 4 points off the bench for the Alexandria total of 52. So the Cardinals beat the Otters tonight, 52-32. And when we come back on our post-game show, we'll have our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Both with back with more in a moment. This is the post-game show. This is girls high school basketball with the Otters on 1250 KBRF.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Back at the Fergus Gym, Otters fall tonight on our Park Region scoreboard by a score of 52-32 to Alexandria. Just a rough shooting night, a rough night handling the ball. Talked in our pregame show. Josh Steer told us that we've got to limit the turnovers. We've got to be able to rebound tonight, and neither one of those challenges was met. Not that Alexandria was lighting it up from the outside. I don't think they had a real great shooting percentage either, but they started knocking down some three. Alexandria did finish with 9 3-pointers tonight compared to just 3 3-pointers for Fergus Falls this evening. So tough night for the Otters as they fall to Alexandria. Time out to announce our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Fergus Falls with just one player in double figures tonight. That was Hattie Fullhart, the outstanding senior forward, averaging 12 points and 8 rebounds a game. I think she got to the rebounding total tonight, and Hattie worked pretty darn hard out there tonight for everything that she got. 13 points for Hattie, 7 points in the opening half, 6 points in the second half to go along with those rebounds. Also 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. So Hattie Fullhart is our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. Let's take another quick break in our postgame show, and we'll put a wrap on things here from Fergus Falls tonight. Back with more in our postgame show. You're listening to it on 1250 KBRF.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Otters fall tonight to Alexandria, 52-32. Fergus Falls now 17-8 on the season overall, 11-4 in the Central Lakes Conference. Alexandria, meanwhile, now 19-6 overall, and they are 13-1, hold their first place standing in the Central Lakes Conference. Otters down to their final regular season game now coming up on Friday. They're going to host the St. Cloud Crush right here, and then it's a matter of waiting for the seedings in Section 8 AAA. Fergus Falls should be looking at one of the top seeds, but playoff schedule will be announced sometime probably on Sunday, I'd imagine. Alexandria hosting Becker on Friday night, and then they wait for the seedings in Section 8 4A. Upcoming games on our Leighton Media family of stations. Tomorrow night, we've got M-State men's basketball hosting Rochester on Channel 977. That'll be a 6:30 tip-off. Thursday night, boys basketball with the Otters hosting Sauk Rapids Rice here on KBRF. Also, Rothsay at Hillcrest boys basketball on KJ Country 96.5. Both games with a 7 o'clock pregame, tip-off around 7:15. And then women's college basketball as well as M-State. The Spartans take on Anoka Ramsey at 7 p.m. on Channel 977. I want to thank all of our sponsors, as usual, that help us out with these broadcasts. Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Park Region, sponsoring our scoreboard. Lake Region, service beyond the connection. Big thanks to Minnesota Motor Company, South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls, for hosting our halftime show. Our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. And, of course, a big thank you to Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That is Running Stitches Embroidery. And a shout-out for our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by the Viking Cafe. Always good at the Viking Cafe. Thanks to Josh Steer for helping us out tonight on the pregame show. Thanks to Derek Sidian helping us out as our on-site producer. And, of course, thanks to Leighton Media Sports Director Craig Olson. And, of course, a big thanks to all of you for watching tonight, tuning in wherever you are. Final score tonight, once again, Alexandria defeating Fergus Falls 52 32. That's going to do it for our coverage this evening. Tournament time just around the corner. And until next time, I'm Bob Roars. Have a great evening, everyone. This has been Girls High School Basketball on News Talk, AM 1250, KBRF, and Light Media. Good night from the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium in Fergus Falls. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes, and by Running Stitches. We hope you enjoyed tonight's sports streaming presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming.